Yipee-Ki-Yay, Mr. Falcon.
What?
Tarantino's final movie.
Final
Brad
movie?
Pitt. Yeah, he always said he was only going to make 10 movies, and he counts Kill Bill as one movie. And he said he's making one more movie, and he's out.
What is it?
Because he doesn't want to become an irrelevant old man. It's called The Movie Critic, and it's going to be loosely based on a real film critic that apparently he is enamored with, who had a wild life story. Brad Pitt is signed up, and all the entertainment news outlets are saying that Tom Cruise might be on board
Whoa, Tom Cruise in a Tarantino movie?
with Brad Pitt.
I'll watch that.
I'll show up. Absolutely, dude. Could you imagine?
I used to hate Tom Cruise.
A lot of people did.
I
yeah,
used to.
Tell me.
I used to hate Tom Cruise, and like it's just he just epitomized everything I couldn't stand about, like, you know, these A-list actors doing these big budget movies, and I thought there was no art there. And then one day I like woke up and realized that Tom Cruise was one of the last movie stars left that not only was making good movies but was like dedicated to his craft. And all he cared
it hasn't
about
really let up.
was turning out a good product. Like Top Gun Maverick came out in the middle of like this huge valley in terms of quality of like shit coming out of Hollywood. And like the guy just he's a professional. All he wants to do is get better at what he does and make great movies. And he has.
And like,
I can respect that.
You hear all kinds of weird stuff about him personally because of the Scientology stuff.
Yeah, I don't care about that
ex-wives.
anymore. I used to.
But you know, at the same time, you don't hear stories about him being a shitbag.
Right.
To people. You hear a lot of stories about how cool he was to people on sets, or like you said, how dedicated he is to stunts and to, you know, all the crazy shit he does on screen in the Mission Impossible movies. How he learned how to fly a goddamn jet for Top Gun 2. Like a real jet. Like he flew a goddamn jet.
You know what's funny?
Like, come on, man.
About what you just
That's
said.
awesome.
You said you don't hear about him being a shitbag. I heard one story that I thought might be him being a shitbag, and it was like audio of him screaming at the guys on the set of one of his movies. And it was like, he was just like, I am not fucking around. You guys better stop. You know, if there's a law here, you better do it so we don't get shut down. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh man, Tom Cruise is being a shitbag about masks during COVID. But then when you think about it, he was just screaming at the staff like, hey, if you don't fucking do what they're asking us to do, they'll come shut down our set, and none of you will have jobs, and this won't get made, and all of the people whose livelihood depends on this project going forward will all be screwed. So yes, stop fucking around and put your mask on. I thought it was like a bunch of mask bullshit, but like really he was just trying to protect his staff. And I was like, okay, you know, I can respect
millions
that.
of dollars a day. When you're making a huge movie like what he makes when he does Mission Impossible, it's millions of dollars at stake every day.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And getting shut down is catastrophic. And he produces most of these movies too.
Yeah, man.
Like it's his money and his ass on the line.
He's got skin in the game.
Yeah, he's the star on top of it. Like he's indistinguishable from Mission Impossible at this point. You know?
And those movies are great.
Yeah,
They're
man.
awesome.
Like I know people shit on him a lot. Fuck that, dude. The Mission Impossible series, I'm going to say it right now, it's scary.
I've never seen the third
scary. Dude, really? Are you fucking kidding?
No,
It's the best
I
one.
hated the second one so much that I avoided the third one. And then eventually
watch the third
years went by before part 4 came back, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, these are pretty good. I still haven't seen the third one.
You gotta. It's the J.J. Abrams.
Is it
one.
on the super secret server?
Absolutely.
All right,
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
Felicity's in it in the beginning. Fucking
Kerry Russell?
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. And that's where you learn about his wife and everything. Oh, you have to see the third one. The other ones will make a lot more sense when you see them.
I'm sure they will. I've seen people. I've watched the last
right.
one.
One last thing about Tom Cruise, because we had to do
Yeah.
this. I have always, I'm going to say it, I've always been a fan. I haven't talked about it a lot because I know a lot of people hated Tom Cruise, especially when the whole Scientology thing was like, and he was jumping up and down on Oprah's couch and shit. I've always been a big, like, we grew up watching his movies. They've always been in our face, man. Like, from The Outsiders, you know, on fucking.
Look at their pants.
He was just always there, you know. And the first Top Gun was so omnipresent when we were kids.
Yeah, it was.
Like, everyone saw Top Gun, everyone. And my dad loved The Color of Money, the pool movie with Paul Newman, the long belated sequel to The Hustler. That was another Scorsese movie. That's a fantastic movie. And like, he did so many movies when we were young and he was young, and he played the same part a lot, like the cocky young guy, right? But he had to learn how to reinvent himself over and over again as he aged. But he also, the guy reached for an Oscar so many times and came so close. Like, Born on the 4th of July, I don't care, dude. That movie will fuck you up.
Never seen it.
Like, you can't walk out of that with, like, in a good mood. That's like The Deer Hunter. Like, that's like, it's a heavy fucking movie, and he did that when he was pretty young. You know, so I always kind of respected him as an actor, and I look at his filmography. I really have to struggle to find. I think Jerry Maguire might be the movie of his I like the least.
Yeah, and that was,
to be honest,
was his, like,
and that thing made a pile of money.
That
thing made a pile of money.
Man. That was huge.
Yeah, and that's just because I'm a monster, and I'm not. You know, I probably would actually like it as a movie if I actually watched it. You know, without being partial and hating rom-coms. But when it came out, it was the antithesis of the movies I wanted to watch. But still, like, The Last Samurai was awesome.
Oh, that movie rules. I saw that.
I don't care. That's a great movie. It's so much fucking fun, dude. And he knocks it out of the park. He always knocks it out of the park. I can't think of a movie where he was shitty. And what? No, seriously. I'd love to. Like,
no. It's I don't have one on deck. It's just, but like, everyone has that one movie where that sucks. And like that's why I made that sound. It's just. It's like a gut reaction. It's like there's gotta be
some
one.
people I think would point to Interview with a Vampire, but I love him in that. I mean, you know me. I watched that movie way too much.
Louis.
Still whining, Louis. Yeah, I know, man. Tom's sisters used to do lines from that movie enough to make you hate it.
They used to hold up my dog, my poor dog, my poor fox terrier. They would cradle it and go, "Hear me now, this place is damned, cursed.
Damned." And yes, your master is the devil.
Yes, your master is the devil.
I remember
to bring it on back to the devil.
That was the first movie I liked Brad Pitt in, because I hated him for a long time too when he was in his heartthrob mode. And then I saw Legends of the Fall. I'm like, God damn it! All right, I like
Legends
you.
of the Fall was
and
good.
it was
Interview with the Vampire.
The same.
Was good.
It was kind of the same with Tom Cruise in Far and Away. I think that was the first serious thing I ever saw him in.
Yeah, that was before I knew his Irish accent was bad.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I didn't know. I was like 10. I had no idea.
You don't know.
It was good enough for me.
You don't know when you're 10.
I mean, they had he was playing with an Australian woman doing an Irish accent, so
That's true.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I still like that movie. It was a lot of fun, and it taught me history about the land grab.